what are you doing?
We don't know.
Well, Butch and Gary have the distinction of being able to clean up the whole 40 acres, and they have to rake it all up.
By hand.
So they taken away their first load of 1,000 loads of shrubbery.
The first load.
In the background here is the 4 towers, and tower number 4 is finished, and they're working on number 3, and then they got number 2, and then they got this one to do. That was the remaining juniper left over on the property. Number 1, and number 2 and 3 and 4. And of course Jack is way up on top of the tower of number 3 and installing the sections. One of the other workers from Magnum Tower, PR Tower, installing the lights.
Yeah.
This is now putting the screen above the ground system, and looking up the tower you can see that the flasher is on, automatic flasher to turn on the tower lights, feeding the AC. Now we just have to hook up AC to it, and we can look at the other towers. And so this is the start of the screen system. Now we'll put some crushed rock over the top of this and put a chain link fencing later.
Kevin, we're going to square. We're going to.
You have to add a couple. Forgot a light bulb in one of the beacons. There's one of the climbers now from Magnum Tower. Here's another one way up there. They're probably about 100 feet up, 140 feet up where the lights are, checking on stuff. I guess Kevin didn't see me waving. There's doors going on the transmitter building and on each of the tower buildings. There's a dirt then on top of the screen. Kevin going back and getting some more dirt. And Pete's wiring all of the screen together. Finishing up the ground system, putting the dirt in over the screen. We'll put some rocks in later. That's a view of the mountains in the background with the snow on it. For January, it's been very delightful weather for the 4 days I've been putting the towers up, and this is finishing up of some of the extra things. We got the other towers yet to do for the ground system, the ground screen. We are on the 19th of January 1989, and the buildings now have been wrapped, ready for stucco, and the door is on it. And let's quickly look over at this one, and sure enough, that one's wrapped. Transmitter building is wrapped, and the other one is, and they're working on the last one.
Had a kitchen and a living room with breakfast cooking, you know. And it had 2 bedrooms, and that was it.
Well, when my dad was building, when I was a little kid.
February 2nd, 1989, putting in the chain link fence. The guys are out here marking it, and we'll do the first tower, and lo and behold, in a few weeks, we'll have all the chain link fences up. Well, here we are with a backhoe digging in the power service off the power pole. Getting closer to the project finishing up. There's some electrical work. Air conditioner,
ground rods in later.
Contel's got their cable in.
Got the wire.
Last day of February 1989, and Brad and Scott are out here. We're working on the boys have painted, even in their white shirts, they have painted everything and didn't get any paint on them at all, right guys?
That's right. What do you think? Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's just amazing.
House for $9.95 an hour.
That's right.
And anyway, let's go inside and take a look. Did you finish hooking that all up?
Yeah, it's all done now. What do you think?
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just hook it up. I don't know what it is. It's the telephone stuff.
It's an awful lot of stuff just to have a telephone out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the room. And Scott, what have you finished inside here?
I got all this drywall up yesterday.
Very good.
Just under an hour.
15th of February now, and the chain link fence is now around each of the towers, and they're still working on them, but there's the completion of the chain link fence, and now they're drywalling. Here's the drywalling now done on the tower buildings and the fuse box, and of course on this wall will be all of the tower stuff relating to the patterns, but it's all drywalled and it's ready to be sealed up. The chain link fence on the first tower, it's all done except for the razor wire that goes over the top. Building's been drywalled, and we look up at the other buildings. I'll be working on the towers and on the tower buildings and transfer building. There goes, and the AC, and guys are out here doing the drywall, and guys are over there working on the fences. Yeah, the wind is really blowing out here, but basically the trucks have showed up and they've pulled the plastic down inside the fence area. They've put fresh rock on the top, putting some dirt along here and filling it in. The wind's blowing real bad, but they'll start over here by the building, paving around the building and making the chain link fence and so forth. Edison will be out to hook up the electricity, and then they'll be putting the pavement in the street and putting it in between those two posts. And the workers still out here working on the inside of the fence area, where they have all the fresh rock. Towers. Setting up the fence, the crushed rock, all inside. Here we are on March 3rd, 1989, and trying to finish up some of the work, and the water truck going. We'll drive around each tower and that. So we've got the rocks and the fencing done now. There'll be blacktopping later this morning, or sometime this week anyway. For the water. This will be the cabinet coming for the workbench, and they're getting ready to stake it off and pave it and so forth. The other two buildings are finished. They'll start working on installing the cabinet here in the transfer building. Yeah, hi there. Hi, Mom. We're cutting the street in. That is all done. Well, here it is, March 7th, 1989, and we're now getting ready to grade. We've got it all leveled out, the borders around the building for the blacktop. Here's the transformer, and it's been finishing up 30-foot wide street in from Mesa Linda Road, and the AC will be hooked up to that power pole there, and of course then the transformer that is sitting right there. That'll all be done hopefully this week. These are March 7th, 1989, and the blacktopping around the transfer building now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people working. Well, here we are, getting the paving done all around the transfer building. Project continues. There's a truck and a car, the road going out to the... That'll be done in a few more days, and then we're going to hook up the equipment.